When I get sick, I turn into a little. Whoa. High score wins. You think it would be okay to combine both of these? Scheduling a doctor's appointment right now to get my blood work done. Saturday, the damn doctor's office is closed. Instead of quote of the day, this is more of a lesson that I had to learn the hard way many years ago. Resting is just as important as working out because it is an equal part to the total process required to build strength and endurance. During the process of working out, we're actually not getting any better. It's during the process of resting when we're getting better and faster and stronger. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. I really wasn't gonna do a vlog today, but anyway, I made a commitment, so here we go. I thought I would take a minute today to answer the question, why Ironman? I remember exactly the day that I bought my first bike. It was actually on my birthday, May 22nd, 2018. That is actually the very first bicycle I ever had. So after this, Dustin and I decided to start mapping out rides around Las Vegas here. I remember thinking, having the thoughts of, man, 20 miles, that seems very, very far. What do you think, Dustin? You think we can get through it? Then we would go from that to mapping out 40-mile rides, and the 40 turned into 60. After, realizing like, oh man, I have this newfound passion for cycling, what else is next? And to kind of go back a little bit, I was at a time in my life where I reached a plateau and I wasn't getting better at really anything, and I needed something to change. I needed that extra spark. So I looked to endurance sports, and I started doing a little bit of research on endurance sports, and I realized that not only does endurance increase your cardiovascular health, but it also really strengthens your mind. That's what really drew me towards endurance. So why exactly Ironman? To be honest, I said to myself, I can bike, I can run fairly decently, I can't swim. So if I sign up for this triathlon, that would force me to then learn how to swim. So that's exactly what I decided to do. Start looking up Las Vegas triathlons. There are 2 triathlons a year here. There's probably more, but two decently sized triathlons a year here. So as I'm diving deeper into this, of course, on my side menu here, an ad pops up for Ironman. They're listening. The first thing that I go and I look at is the Ironman marketing video. And this video is a bunch of different clips cut up from different Ironmans. And at the end of the video, you see women champions crawling across the finish line. A little caption comes up and it says, "The toughest single day athletic event ever created." As soon as I saw the toughest, I said, we got to do this. Holy smokes, man. I haven't ever swam before. I've never run a marathon. I've never even run a half marathon. In fact, the longest I think I've ever run up until this point, 2018, about a 10K, 6 miles. Never even touched those distances. But nonetheless, I saw it as a challenge and decided to go for it. Sure enough, I found out that there was one in Florida just 4 months later, and I signed up. First thing I did was I ran and jumped in the pool, and oh boy, let me tell you, that was a very, very scary experience. I thought I was going to drown, even though the pool's only 3 feet deep. So I started reaching out to everybody who I knew that swam, and I basically dragged them out with me. They taught me how to swim, the proper technique, how to control my breath, how to not panic, all that stuff. I remember the first thing my coach said to me was, "Hey, so you mean to tell me that you've never swam before, and the longest you've ever ran was 6 miles? You only have 4 months to go to get you ready for this race?" She was like, "Oh boy, you better get ready. Training is gonna be intense." I remember I crossed the finish line, 14 hours.
Through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm going.
The emotions that I felt when I was crossing the finish line, I can't describe. It's something that I don't think I'll ever feel ever again. With all the pain and all the suffering, I was probably the happiest man on the planet. And that's interesting to think about, right? I'm probably the worst I've ever felt physically. You know, I had a broken leg. Every single muscle in my body was cramping. Super delusional. My mind was all over the place. But I was still the happiest person on the planet. And now it's time for a new challenge.
I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I want.
Being sick sucks. But the one thing that is good about being sick is that this lovely woman takes good care of me all day. Ooh, what is this? Homemade chicken soup? Open up! This is fantastic, babe.
The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money.